Hey guys, this video is all about your first time playing paintball. We'll have another video. It'll be a part 2 for actual playing tips on the field, what to do, what not to do. But for this video, we're going to focus on preparation for your first day. So, go to local grocery store, get some microfibers, $3 or $4 if you don't have them already laying around at home. You don't need anything fancy. You're going to have a rental mask. Chances are it's going to be pretty beat up. But if you get a couple of these for you and your friend, your buddy, whoever's playing with you, just gives you a lot of not having to wait for anybody else to clean your mask. You get any splatter on the field, you can wipe it off. Don't use this on your hits, on your body. Just wipe those off with your hand. Give it a good brush off. Knee pads. If you have some volleyball knee pads, something like that, that will work just fine. You don't have to have anything fancy. What to wear. Now this is a critical factor, guys. If you're in a hot state, you can't really play with a sweater on, but it does help absorb some of the hits. You don't have to have them. You can play in a t-shirt just fine. But if you're in a moderate temperature place, if you have layers, it's probably going to help you. Do not, and I repeat, do not play with your hood up. You will fog. This will last about 2 minutes in some states if it's humid. You will fog up like crazy. So do not play with your hood up. Keep it down. It'll help absorb any neck hits you might get. But rental masks, the lenses aren't the greatest. Typically, they are prone to fogging. So make sure you have a microfiber handy. Make sure you do not play with your hood. If you have some extra old camo pants, say your dad was in the military, you can wear those just fine. You want something that's loose-fitting and a pretty durable material. Jeans. Jeans are a great thing to wear too. Older jeans are a little bit ratty that you're not going to worry about because chances are you might land on a rock or something like that and tear them, or you might do the splits and tear them or bend down. You don't want tight-fitting pants, but jeans will help absorb some of the hit there. You do not want sweatpants. These are very thin. They're very flexible. You're not going to tear them, but holy cow, they will not absorb any of the hits. So they won't absorb any of the ground. You will feel every rock you will kneel on unless you have knee pads. And man, if you get shot in the beanbag with these, you're going to be in some pain. When you go and rent your gear, they are going to give you pod pack. And if you have a pod pack with this style with a belt loop, if you're a gentleman, you can use this to cover up. Put it up front. It might be a little bit in the way, but if you get shot in the sack, believe me, you'd rather have this put there first. Man, it'll save you. Good tip. Allen keys. Now, if you have Allen keys at home that you can bring them. And you know why? Your rental marker. They don't really check the chronograph on those things too often. Most field limits are about 280 to 300 feet per second. So these are standard Allen keys. You do not want metric. Most of all the paintball guns out there, except for some spiders, are all standard. So you want standard Allen keys. This is your rental gun. And so most of the time, the rental chronos here on the Tippmans and on the BTs, I can't remember where it's at, but go to the chrono station, do yourself a favor before you play. They'll tell you it's already chronoed because they know it's going to be low. You're going to want to make sure you're shooting at the maximum feet per second. You really are. I mean, I can't tell how many times rental guys go there and they're shooting at 230, 220 feet per second or 200 feet per second. That ball's not going to go as far as a player going against you. And chances are it's not going to want to break as easily. And you want the paintballs to break. When they break on you, all that energy is dispersed through the shell breaking. When the paintball bounces, it hurts worse than a break. So you want to shoot at 280 feet per second or whatever your maximum field limit is. That's where you want to be at. You want that paintball to break. You don't want it bouncing off people. You don't want to hurt them. What to know about your paintball marker. This is a barrel sock. You keep this on every time you're outside the field. You keep it on in the parking lot. Make sure it's snug around where it's not going to fall off. You don't want it to fall off. If you had it tied around the bottom grip here and you turn it upside down, can it fall off? No. But you don't want it to be even close to falling off. Reason being, if you shoot, this thing will save the guy next to you. You don't want to see anybody lose an eye. Hopefully everybody came there with both eyes and you want them to leave and go home with both eyes. This is your hopper. This is where you pour your paint. So make sure you pour the paint in there and make sure you close the lid when you're done. Check it out before you start playing. Make sure it's clean. Bring some paper towels if you have paper towels. Bring them with you from home. That way you can clean out that. You can wipe off anything else. Air tank here. After every game, after you leave the field for every game, you want to get your air tank filled. You don't want to run out in the field. If you run out in the field, you're going to hear the guys where it sounds like it's going full automatic. It's because it doesn't have enough pressure to catch on the sear in the back. This bolt's going to go back forward. It's going to keep firing until it fully runs out of air. So again, bring some paper towels. Make sure everything's clean before you pour the paint in. I can't stress that enough. You don't know if there's any mud, muck, old broken paint, whatever the case may be in there. Bring some Allen keys. Go to the chrono station. Make sure you're shooting at the field limit. Most of the time they have Allen keys there, but if you have your own, you don't have to worry about it if they don't have them or not. If you need help chronoing it, ask an experienced player. They're always going to want to make sure you are playing on par. You know, everyone remembers their first time playing as a renter, and it is rough. Everyone else has these fancy guns. You're out here with the rental. You can barely see through your mask. So again, bring a microfiber. Don't play with your hood up. Keep that mask nice and clean. Clean it on the inside. Clean it on the outside. Bring some paper towels. Make sure you're hydrated. And make sure when you rent, get a barrel swab. So again, guys, I can't stress enough. You want to have a fun time, just prepare yourself a little bit for the first day. You know, couple bucks here at the store, it'll make life a lot easier for you. Part 2 is going to be what to do at the field. Hopefully give you some pointers to keep in mind when you're playing on the field. What to do, what not to do, how to aim, how not to get shot. A lot of first timers get shot making some very classic mistakes. We'll go over what not to do on the field. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment if I missed anything, and maybe we'll circle back around and catch everything else later. Thanks, guys. And for anybody watching the video that's experienced, please, if you guys have any tips for what noobs do on the field, please leave a comment. I will integrate that into the on the field video for part 2. I'd love your guys' input. Thanks.